When most people hear the term NFT, they immediately think of digital art, pixelated apes, colorful avatars, and million-dollar JPEGs. But that's just the surface. NFTs, or non-fungible tokens, are far more than images on the internet. They represent a new way to prove ownership, authenticity, and uniqueness in the digital world. In this video, we'll explore what NFTs really are, how they work, why they matter, and how their potential goes far beyond digital art. Let's start with the basics. What does non-fungible actually mean? In simple terms, something fungible can be replaced with something identical. For example, $1 is equal to another dollar. One Bitcoin is equal to another Bitcoin. But something non-fungible is unique, one of a kind. A painting, a rare trading card, or a concert ticket. Each is different in value or characteristics. NFTs bring that same concept to the digital world. They let us say, this specific digital item is original and verifiably owned by someone. That's what makes NFTs revolutionary. They add digital uniqueness to a world built on perfect copies. NFTs are built on the Ethereum blockchain or other compatible networks like Polygon, Solana, or Avalanche. On these blockchains, NFTs exist as special types of tokens, usually following a standard called ERC-721 or ERC-1155. Each NFT contains metadata, information that describes what it represents, such as a link to an image, the creator's name, or unique traits. This data is stored in a way that can be verified publicly by anyone, anywhere. So, while the image or file itself might live on the internet or a decentralized storage system like IPFS, the ownership record, who owns it and when it was created, lives permanently on the blockchain. That's what gives NFTs their real power. Digital ownership with trustless verification. Here's a key point. An NFT is not the image or file itself. It's the proof of ownership for that file. You can right-click and save an image, sure, but that doesn't make it yours. Owning the NFT means you hold the original, verifiable certificate on the blockchain. Think of it like owning an autographed baseball card. Millions can have copies, but only one person owns the authentic one signed by the player. That's what NFTs do. They make ownership meaningful in a digital world where copying used to mean losing authenticity. Digital art was the first major use case for NFTs because it solved a long-standing problem. Artists could finally sell their digital creations as originals. Before NFTs, digital artists had no reliable way to prove scarcity or authenticity. With NFTs, every artwork can have a traceable origin. The artist, the date of minting, and the chain of ownership, all recorded on the blockchain. This transparency created an entirely new art economy, where creators can earn royalties automatically each time their art is resold. That's something traditional art markets couldn't easily do. So yes, NFTs became famous through digital art, but that's just where the story began. Today, NFTs are expanding far beyond images. They're being used in almost every digital and even physical sector. In gaming, NFTs represent in-game items, weapons, skins, or land that players can own, trade, or sell independently of the game developer. In music, artists use NFTs to sell exclusive albums or concert access directly to fans, bypassing traditional platforms. In identity systems, NFTs can verify credentials, diplomas, or membership badges that can't be faked. Even real estate is experimenting with NFTs to represent property titles or fractional ownership of land and buildings. In essence, NFTs are evolving into digital property rights, a way to own and control your assets in the online world, just like you do offline. Underneath every NFT is a smart contract, a piece of code that defines how the NFT behaves. It manages who owns it, how it can be transferred, and what happens when it's sold. Smart contracts also enable things like royalties, automatically sending a percentage of resale value back to the original creator every time it changes hands. That means artists and developers can earn recurring income directly through the blockchain without relying on intermediaries or galleries. It's automation that enforces fairness, built right into the technology itself. There's a lot of confusion around NFTs, especially after the 2021 hype cycle. Many people think they're just overpriced JPEGs or a bubble that popped. But the underlying technology didn't disappear. It's still being used, refined, and integrated into countless industries. The early wave of speculation might have faded, but what remains is a powerful system for digital ownership, authenticity, and community driven innovation. Just like the early internet, the NFT space is now shifting from novelty to infrastructure. As Ethereum and other blockchains scale, NFTs will become cheaper and easier to use. We'll see them power things like tickets, gaming assets, event passes, identity credentials, and more. Imagine a world where your diploma, car ownership, concert tickets, and even your online avatar are all NFTs, portable, verifiable, and usable across platforms. That's where this technology is heading, turning NFTs into the foundation of the digital identity layer of Web3. So, what are NFTs really? They're not just art or hype or digital collectibles. They're a technological framework for ownership and authenticity in the digital age. NFTs gave artists new power, but their real impact goes much deeper. They're reshaping how we own, trade, and interact with everything digital. And that's why NFTs aren't just a trend, they're a glimpse into the future of the internet itself.